Hey friends, I've had the Google Pixel 9 Pro for almost 2 weeks now, and I'm pretty sure at this point that the Pixel 9 Pro is the best smartphone you can buy right now. Pixel smartphones have come a long way. A few years ago, they were made entirely of plastic and brightly colored. With the Pixel 6, that changed significantly, and now with the Pixel 9, the Google Pixel is at a level of design that we've only seen from Apple and Samsung. When you unpack the Pixel 9 Pro, you get the Apple effect. At first sight, not much has changed compared to its predecessor, but the minimal changes that have been made make the new device feel better, higher quality, and more modern. Chapeau, Google, you really did a great job on this. But this Apple effect maybe also occurs because the Pixel 9 Pro has adopted a lot of Apple's design. The edges are now flat and shiny, the display is too, and there's a matte glass back on the back of the phone. The similarity to a current iPhone is quite striking, but for me it's still positive because even if Apple has fallen further behind in terms of innovation in recent years, there is one thing they still can do: design very attractive devices. And so you now feel like you have an iPhone in your hand that runs on Android and is packed with innovations and cool features. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the first Android iPhone that combines the best of both worlds: Apple's outstanding design and Android's possibilities and innovations. But to describe the Pixel 9 Pro as an iPhone clone would not do Google's new smartphone justice. However, because of the more rounded corners and the unmissable camera bar on the back, it naturally has its very own look. The OLED display is one of the best on the market and can reach a maximum brightness of 3000 nits. This means that you can read the display in the blazing sun just as well as if you were in the dark. The Pixel 9 Pro is also catching up with the iPhone in terms of security, as it now has an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, which is of course much more secure than the previous optical fingerprint scanner and also works extremely accurately. And then of course we have to talk about the inner values of the Pixel 9 Pro. The Pixel 9 Pro and the Pixel 9 come with Google's own Tensor G4 processor, and in the usual benchmarks, the processor once again performs significantly worse than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, for example. But once again, I'm not surprised that this result does not correspond to reality at all, because the Pixel 9 Pro is the smoothest running smartphone I've ever held in my hand. Everything opens, closes, and changes incredibly quickly, and it reacts so quickly to inputs as if you were really operating the surface haptically with your finger. And gamers will also be pleased that the Pixel 9 Pro now has an additional vapor chamber, which ensures that it continues to run smoothly even in graphically demanding games by cooling the processor. Since the Tensor G4 is more energy efficient, the battery life has also improved compared to the Pixel 8 Pro. My Pixel 9 Pro XL has a 5060 mAh battery, which gives me around 7 hours of display on time, which is a good 2 days for me. If I use Wi-Fi a lot and I am not so much on the go, it can be even longer. And that is perfectly sufficient for me personally. The powerful processor and the 16 GB of RAM are of course also required for Google's AI model Gemini. And new functions are constantly being added that Gemini can do for you. Planning a road trip, creating a meal or exercise plan, and composing an email are all standard functions now. There is also a Gemini Advanced, which lets you bring AI into your Gmail or Google Docs and other apps. This is free for Pixel 9 buyers in the first year, but then costs $21 per month. I think that by then we will see some cool functions that you can use with it. At the moment, I don't really see the benefit here, but that's probably why it's free. The biggest benefit of Google's AI is currently in the camera. With the triple rear camera system consisting of a 50 megapixel wide-angle camera, a 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera with macro focus, and a 48 megapixel camera with 5 times telephoto lens, you can take outstandingly good photos and videos, and the AI will always improve them, and you can even watch the processing because it sometimes takes a moment. But I find the results always really great. But see for yourself. As far as AI is concerned, in my opinion, you have 3 new functions with the Pixel 9. Firstly, there is the auto frame function where you get AI generated suggestions to change the focus afterwards. If, for example, you are standing at the edge of the photo when taking a selfie. Then there is the redesign function where you can circle something in your photo that you want to change and enter a prompt, currently only in English, to tell the AI what you want to change. And it just works so incredibly well, even if it is probably more of a gimmick for most people. But I think the real highlight this year is the Add Me function. After the Best Shot function Google announced last year, where you could change the face of everyone in the group photo afterwards, there is now the Add Me function, which is once again such a brilliant idea, because that's the pain that has existed with group photos since the invention of the camera, and has always been the reason why family albums usually only show one parent because the other one is taking photos. And Google simply solves this problem of the century. Simply take a second photo and merge them together. Boom! And that's exactly what I love so much about technology companies like Google, and what I've sorely missed at Apple for 6 years now. Innovations that solve everyday problems and make our lives a little bit easier and better. Cool features that are fun and ensure that we enjoy using technology. And Google has definitely succeeded in doing that with the Pixel 9 Pro. The extremely high quality design makes it fun to hold the device in your hand. It runs smoothly, has great AI functions that are constantly being expanded, and the camera is simply one of the best on the market. And even though the Pixel 9 Pro costs $1,100, that's still less than the competition charged for their flagships, and experience shows that the price also drops over time. And to be honest, with this in mind, this is the first time I've felt that even the retail price actually feels justified for me personally. Because overall, the Pixel 9 Pro is not only more stylish than its predecessor, but also more secure with the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. The battery life has been improved and new AI functions have been added. That's how you bring a new version of a smartphone onto the market, and nothing else. I hope you liked my review of the Pixel 9 Pro today. If so, then be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because this helps me a lot to grow this channel. Friends, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and see you next time. Mwah.